So get us into the mood of things. Sweet foods.
Sweet foods. Kabby, you know, I just want to say this because I was thinking about it when you were listing the sweet. Do you know that, what's it called, like a farm, Na'ot Kidumim? That was the original biblical,
in Israel.
that did the Sheva Minim?
The
Honey,
7 kinds, the
yeah.
7
Pomegranate,
fruits,
dates, figs, grapes, barley,
wheat,
wheat, and I'm forgetting
olives.
one. And olives. Honey came from dates.
Right.
Honey came from dates.
The word for dates in the Bible is dvash.
Dvash.
Honey.
Yes.
The word for dates actually is dvash.
Is it really?
Yes, it doesn't use the word
unbelievable.
tamar, it used the word dvash.
And you see, when you go there, because they kept all that equipment, all that machinery that was processing the things, they're still doing it. They still do the olive press, the press for honey.
Where's it located?
Na'ot Kidumim, I think it's a little bit north. It is such a magnificent place north of
So if you want to familiarize yourself with the blessings of the 7 fruits that Israel has been blessed with,
go there.
You go to the, what is it, a kibbutz?
It's not a kibbutz, it's like a farm. It's a
farm, Na'ot Kidumim, north of Jerusalem. Okay, that's
and they
very
have
good
a
to know.
restaurant that serves those biblical food, and it's just amazing. And it's just, they sort of immortalize those ingredients.
All right, so let's see what we can do with some of these ingredients.
Honey cake, fish in pomegranate sauce. I'm saying not only in sweet, but in the
related to the
in this biblical food. Fig breads and muffins, and it's just amazing what you could do.
Now, you said you're coming from a background that had very modest. The ingredients were not plentiful, and you had to.
They were plentiful, but they were.
You had to make do. You had to make do with whatever
but you
was
know,
there.
Let's talk about making do for a minute. Sometimes when you're stuck with very little, but with the real thing, you will do much, much better because you are stuck with the best. Much better than, I mean, we all live in America and we all go to these supermarkets that have
everything.
My mother cried when she saw a supermarket here. She said she thought it was a fantasy.
My great uncle, he came from Russia, it was the same thing.
And she said, how is it that you have so much? In my wildest dreams, I would never have so much. And people come back home with canned food, frozen this. She said, all I had was A, B, C, D, and I made the best meal. And I agree. And that is what I try to, in this career as a teacher, I said, you don't see it. You don't have eyes for all those choices. Choices does not
Metal,
really good.
put away. If it's sealed, don't look at it.
Exactly, or if it's frozen. And the thing is that they very often don't understand is this myth that it might be saving you time. And you know what I do? I have those instant food facing off with their from scratch counterpart, and the from scratch win the race. They win the race in time, they win the race in flavor, they win the race in the togetherness they create, everything. They win.
And how do you manage in terms of kosher?
No problem whatsoever. I mean, the kosher market is bursting at the seams. Some people without knowing are eating kosher. You know, one time we went on vacation in the Catskills something, and my husband was calling a client of his. He said, you can't even find regular milk if you try to. There's only Israel milk.
Only, only
you know,
the kosher
I
milk.
mean, there's such a bounty. I mean, it's unbelievable. Some kosher wines are winning in blind competition. I take non-kosher people and non-Jewish people to Levanas. And you know what they say? Something that really, really straightened out the record with all our old kosher clients that started eating out very late because there was no opportunity. They said the counterpart of this in a non-kosher restaurant would be much more expensive. Much more expensive. So
well,
that just says it all.
Let me say, maybe perhaps because you're using the simplest ingredients.
Well, not in the restaurant.
Maybe it's easier.
In the restaurant, we use the most upscale ingredients.
No, but I mean to say in terms of upscale, but you're staying away from cans, you're staying away
from staying
frozen.
Away, I don't have eyes for them. I'm just such a
So then you have less problems in terms of kosher.
No, yeah, and in terms of missing out on the end product, the flavor, the presentation. If it's good, it's good.
Okay, I want to focus maybe on a few very specific foods, but we're going to do that after these messages.